You fall asleep just fine. But then, out of nowhere, your eyes snap open. It's 3 a.m. The house is quiet. You're wide awake, and you have no idea why. If this happens to you regularly, you're not alone. Millions of people experience this exact pattern every single night. And the scary part, most of them have no idea what's actually causing it. Today, we're going to change that. Because the reason you wake up at 3 a.m. has nothing to do with bad luck, and everything to do with what's happening inside your body. On this channel, we break down sleep and stress science in simple, actionable ways, so you can actually feel better, not just read about it. In this video, we're covering the 4 main biological reasons you wake up in the middle of the night, why 3 a.m. specifically seems to be the magic number, and what you can do about each one starting tonight. Let's get into it. First, you need to understand something called sleep architecture. Your sleep isn't one long, continuous state. It's actually a series of cycles, each one lasting roughly 90 minutes. Each cycle moves through light sleep, deep sleep, and REM sleep, which is your dreaming stage. Now here's where it gets interesting. Your first few cycles of the night are dominated by deep, slow-wave sleep. This is your most physically restorative sleep. Your body repairs tissue, consolidates memory, and releases growth hormone during this phase. But as the night goes on, something shifts. By the time you hit the 4 to 6 hour mark, which, for most people who go to bed around 10 or 11 p.m., lands right around 3 a.m., your sleep becomes much lighter. Your REM cycles get longer. Your body is naturally moving closer to wakefulness. This means you are biologically more likely to wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. than at any other point during the night. It's not random. It's your sleep architecture doing exactly what it's designed to do. The question is, why do some people fall right back to sleep and others lie there staring at the ceiling? The answer, in many cases, comes down to one hormone: cortisol. Cortisol is your body's primary stress hormone. Most people associate it with anxiety and stress, and yes, it plays a huge role there, but cortisol also has a daily rhythm. It naturally starts rising in the early morning hours to prepare your body for waking up. In a healthy person, cortisol peaks around 8 to 9 a.m. But in people who are chronically stressed, sleep-deprived, or dealing with high anxiety, that cortisol surge can start too early, sometimes as early as 3 a.m. When cortisol spikes while you're asleep, your body interprets it as a signal that it's time to wake up. Your heart rate increases slightly, your brain becomes more alert, and suddenly, you're wide awake at 3 a.m. with your mind racing. This is one of the most common reasons people experience middle-of-the-night waking, and it's directly linked to stress levels during the day. The more overwhelmed, anxious, or burned out you feel during waking hours, the more likely your cortisol is to spike too early at night. Here's one that surprises most people: your blood sugar. When you go to sleep, your body continues to use glucose, blood sugar, as fuel. Your liver slowly releases stored glucose to keep your levels stable through the night. But if you eat a high-carb meal close to bedtime, have a few drinks, or skip dinner entirely, your blood sugar can drop too low in the early morning hours. When this happens, your body releases adrenaline and, you guessed it, cortisol, to signal the liver to release more glucose. This hormonal response is a biological emergency alarm, and it wakes you up. The classic sign of a blood sugar crash at night is waking up feeling anxious, heart pounding, with a racing mind, even though nothing specific is wrong. If this sounds familiar, try having a small, balanced snack before bed. Something with protein and a small amount of complex carbohydrates, like a handful of nuts, or a small piece of whole grain toast with peanut butter. This can help stabilize your blood sugar through the night. Another factor people almost never consider: your core body temperature. For deep sleep to happen, your core body temperature needs to drop. This is why a cool room around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, is ideal for sleeping. But in the early morning hours, your body temperature naturally starts to rise again as part of your wake-up cycle. If your room is too warm, or you've piled on too many blankets, this rise happens faster, and it can pull you out of sleep prematurely. A simple fix: keep your bedroom cool, use breathable bedding, and if possible, crack a window. This one change alone can dramatically improve how long you stay asleep. Now let's talk about the one that most people can actually feel: anxiety. When you wake up at 3 a.m., everything feels more intense, problems feel bigger, worries feel more urgent. Your brain, still groggy and not fully rational, latches onto every unresolved issue in your life and spins them into catastrophes. There's a scientific reason for this. In the early morning, your prefrontal cortex, the rational, logical part of your brain, is still in a low-activity state. But your amygdala, your brain's fear center, is ramping up. This imbalance makes anxiety feel overwhelming in a way it simply doesn't during the day. If you find yourself lying awake with a racing mind at 3 a.m., one of the most effective techniques is something called cognitive shuffling. Instead of trying to solve your problems or suppress your thoughts, you deliberately think of completely random, unconnected images: a banana, a lighthouse, a purple sock. This mimics the random imagery of early sleep and helps your brain transition back into a sleep. So let's recap. If you're waking up at 3 a.m., it could be your natural sleep cycle thinning out, a cortisol spike from daytime stress, a blood sugar drop during the night, your body temperature rising too fast, or anxiety taking over in the early morning hours. The good news: every single one of these has a solution. And now that you know what's actually happening in your body, you can start addressing the real cause, not just the symptom. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who need this information. And subscribe if you want more science-backed sleep and stress content every week. In the next video, we're going deep on cortisol, what it actually does to your body when it stays too high for too long, and the 5 most effective ways to bring it back down. You don't want to miss that one. See you there. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and click on the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. See you on the next one. Bye.